welcome back to PeepodCove. Today we back with Andy Schultz again. And in the first video I said, I think Andy Schultz is doing this for clout. I think he's doing it to get recognition, to make money somehow. So I'm not going to waste your time. I know why y'all here. Y'all saw the thumbnail. Let's get right to it.
And Gigs podcast, which I think they're reacting to. I said something. I asked them if they dated black women. They were like, "Oh, we date all women," or whatever. And I was like, "Yeah, okay." And then I go, "Kendrick fans, get them."
Yeah.
And that's all it took. Crazy. But I need Kendrick. I need you to do it, Kendrick.
You want to squabble up with Kenny?
No. I mean, here's the thing. This is the thing that is kind of funny about it. Is like, first of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll cut me up. They'll shoot. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he can do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar.
Is this normal behavior? Like, who says that? Who says, is that normal behavior? This is not normal behavior.
I would make love to him, and the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick,
he doesn't even, like, these are the only two guys laughing, and they always like that, where they're just bouncing crap off of each other, but the other two guys are like, dude, like, really? What are we talking about here? I haven't seen this video at all. Someone sent me this today, and I'm reacting to it. So I haven't seen. This is my first time looking at this, and it's my second Schultz video. There should be another one on here when he had the guys from the Shits and Giggles podcast on, but here we go.
This is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard. But if we're in a cell, there's a chance that if we're in a cell and we're bored and we've done tattooing each other, whatever you do in the cell, and we ran out of board games and we did all the other things, we cleaned everything, and I'm like, man, I might as well fuck you. There's nothing he could physically do.
The only one laughing is that his buddy there. The other two guys are like, I ain't cool with this dude on the end. I don't even know his name. He's just a puppet right there, because they could just bring another black dude and replace him. But he's not laughing. These are the only two guys laughing.
To stop that. Besides, put his legs in the air and choose a position. Maybe
Mark,
I'll let him choose a position.
Why are you pulling this picture up, Mark? Why are you doing this?
Look at, put up that picture of him and Travis Kelce's girl. Look at that.
Oh my God, dude, that's unbelievable.
Yo, I'll be honest. I would go so far as to say, I don't think he could stop most people on the planet from having sex with him. Like, the only reason he got security is to stop people from having sex with him whenever he...
Like I said, I think he's doing this for clout. I think he's looking at things and he sees what's going to happen with Kendrick. He got the Super Bowl, all this stuff coming up. So now he's going to find a way to get his name into the limelight, to get his name looked at, to be heard, talked about, because that's what we're doing now. We're talking about him. But the guy's really a piece of shit. God damn.
He muted to sleep with Dot with a question mark at the end of it. And pretty much the general consensus is nobody was rocking with Andrew's opinion on this. Meek Mill went over on X and said white men saying now our black men openly is extreme. And then they say it's just a joke. Black manhood is not a joke. I seen the same guy saying I was gay on his stand-up. My white friends was like, it's just a joke. But we don't joke like that in the black community at all. And if you didn't know, Andrew Schultz responded to that tweet that Meek sent with this right here. He said, you seem to like it. And he posted a screenshot of an old tweet that Meek Mill sent out where he said, the first time I laughed at being gay, but don't mess with me in real life, I may swing. Right. So he's trying to point out that Meek Mill at one point said he did think it was funny, but I think Andrew just don't understand how things work. Right. Meek was acknowledging that he seen what you said, and he was letting you know, bro, if you do that in real life, you're gonna get tapped in the head. And that's my thoughts for Andrew Schultz, to be honest with you. It's all fun and games and oh, it's just comedy, until somebody reach out and slap you in your damn face.
For
I done
real.
seen it happen before. Too many times somebody think they being funny, they getting offensive, and then they get smacked. Now all of a sudden they want to be quiet and shit. Like, nah, bro, don't be quiet now. Anyways, back to how Kendrick Lamar and Andrew Schultz got into it in the first place, because we seen the clip of him talking about, you know, doing things to Kendrick Lamar. But how did we get here? Well, it all dates back to this podcast that Andrew Schultz did with a couple of guys from the UK. I think they got their own podcast called the Ish and Gigs podcast. I'm not too familiar with them, to be honest with you, but he did this podcast with them, and he made some rather disparaging remarks about Black women.
What is the black girlfriend effect? This is
Oh, you don't know about this?
Glow up the other culture.
Yeah, so you'll see a guy who's had a black girlfriend, all of a sudden he's got a buzz cut, like,
Yeah.
And I just did the reaction to this yesterday. If y'all want to go check out and see what I said about it. It's now I'll try and leave it down in the comments, but yeah, it's pretty, this is all like, it's amazing how something can happen now and you just don't get it, because this happened months ago and we're now here, a lot of us are now hearing about it now for the first time. Now I'm more into the making the content, so sometimes you don't see some of this stuff, but how did we miss this one?
clean shape up.
Yeah.
Glows up, bro.
Yeah, I like that.
I like
that.
They shave their hair because they start losing it. Because they're so stressed being around this black girl complaining about it all the time. That's why they got to shave their
Nah,
hair.
bro. White guys with black girlfriends,
They grow a
step-
beard
they step their
because
dick
there's
up.
more cushion when they get slapped the fuck out of.
That's hilarious.
I think the black girlfriend effect. It might be a protective instinct, bro.
You think?
Protective.
Do you guys have you ever had black girlfriends?
Yeah.
Have you ever had white girls?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. What's your
That kind of shocked him, didn't it? Oh wow, really?
favorite?
Like I said in the last video, that face right there tells it all. You could see he's much of a, he's hiding it well, but he's not. He is not.
We love them all.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
We love them all.
Yeah.
That means white.
Who
No.
That is what.
Hey, let me get a US translation.
Kendrick fans, get him!
Yeah, dude just be making hella assumptions in his podcast to try to make it funny, bro. I don't know who watches this stuff, but this is not entertaining in the least bit. But in that clip right there, you can hear him mention, you know, Kendrick fans get him. And so a lot of people think that's what prompted this entire thing to kick off, because Kendrick Lamar dropped the song Whacked Out Murals. And on that song, he said, don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law, right? And a lot of people assumed that that was Kendrick referencing this Andrew Schultz podcast where he was saying these things. Now, the two guys that were on there with Andrew Schultz actually did come out and they apologized for the jokes that were made. They actually said that they had requested a lot of stuff to be cut out of that interview that they did with Andrew Schultz because they found it offensive. However, I guess that wasn't part of it until there was backlash, and then they came out and said that they were sorry for the whole segment. Andrew Schultz never did, though. Instead, he came back with this most recent podcast, the one that we watched the clip of at the beginning, and pretty much just doubled down on everything that he was saying. And you had people calling him out saying he's literally fighting for his right to talk shit about black women. Mighty white of him. And I want to point out that Andrew Schultz makes, I think, 2 podcasts a week with Charlamagne, the guy, right? Where the hell is Charlamagne at? He been super quiet about this
For real,
whole thing. I don't know if he's just planning on saying something.
For real, you know, where is Charlamagne? Where is Charlamagne through all this? You know, he's supposed to be keeping the black community together, right? He's supposed to be checking people like that, right? He ain't doing a good job. He definitely not doing a good job. This guy is just this.
Something to Andrew in the background about this, or if he's standing on Andrew's side with what Andrew was saying. I would like to hear what Charlamagne got to say about this, because it could be argued that if that line in Kendrick Lamar's song Whacked Out Murals was talking about Andrew Schultz, that he was also dissing Charlamagne the guy, because the very next line after don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman, that's law, he said, I know the propaganda work for them and of whoever's close to them. Charlamagne does these episodes every week with Andrew. It could be argued that Charlamagne got called out in that song too, but I want to hear what
Whoever's close to them will be directly Charlamagne. who's supposed to.
Charlamagne got to say, why has he been so damn quiet about it? This your partner, this your man, this your guy, bro. What's going on? You gotta let us know, bro. Cause you be quick as hell to call everybody else out, but I ain't hearing nothing but crickets when
Real.
it come to this situation, big Charla. Anyways, with all of that laid out, what we watched at the beginning is not all that Andrew Schultz said. He actually went even deeper into this. So with that said, let's take a look at what else he said during this podcast.
Listen, rappers are telling comedians we need to be more respectful to women. So we gotta sit back and reflect.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
They're the most pious group.
Listen, nobody has respected women more
You look
through art
Yes.
than rappers. Okay?
Absolutely.
So I completely understand how a rapper could look at a comedian telling a joke and be like, yo, y'all need to switch that up.
Yeah.
How dare y'all keep saying your wives are annoying? Be more like us and, this ain't nothing but hoes and tricks. I beat my with a stick. What? You can lick on the nuts or suck the I beat my with a stick. What?
Did you just think of that?
That's a real lyric.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's a real lyric
Oh.
from music that protects women.
But it's not a Kendrick Lamar lyric. We ain't talking about hip hop. We talking about Kendrick Lamar. You trying to say that Kendrick Lamar is the front runner of all of hip hop, bro? Or are
And I'm gonna help you out a little bit there. This is a reaction to Andrew Schultz, and it's done by KB Goes Live.
you trying to say that what everybody in hip hop?
And it's the same thing he did with the black people. He put everybody in one little bubble. All of a sudden, he's making it seem like all rappers are bad. Anybody that raps is a bad person. They always do bad things.
Pop is rapping about is the same thing that Kendrick Lamar is rapping about? Because to me, it feels like he in his mind was doing a whole bunch of generalizing. And here's a good rule of thumb, bro. If you're generalizing a group of people based off of a single opinion, 99% of the time, your opinion about the issue is going to be wrong. I'm just saying.
And listen, right now, the guy on top, Kung Fu Kenny,
He is the guy on top.
He is the guy.
he is making sure that comedians, he put a law in.
Yeah.
He put a law in place. All right, let's see the exact line, okay? Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. That's law. Now, technically speaking, if we're going off of grammatic English,
Okay.
he is saying, I can talk about black women, and that is law.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black
So
woman.
he's basically saying all white comedians
Are only allowed to
talk about black women.
exclusively.
That's what I'm talking about,
We're
Kendrick.
back, we're back.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's a law.
Finally, he understands
It's a
it.
law.
Now I understand why he's doing a comedy with the South Park creators.
Ah, that makes
Because
sense.
he appreciates white comedians that make fun of black people.
There you go.
And they've done that
Oh,
brilliantly for
my.
decades.
Yeah, that's true.
And he would never want to, break one of his own laws.
This is what trolls do when they're losing arguments. They, oh, but your grammar is incorrect. Like, bro, that shit is not funny in the comment section, and it's not funny in a podcast. You know exactly what that man was saying. Dude gets on my nerves. He's
Didn't they have a character called Token on the South Park show?
Yeah, they do.
Which I'm sure Kendrick is a big fan of.
That's true.
He must be a big
That's
fan if he's
true.
going to do a comedy with them. I mean, we can look that up. Apparently, he has a comedy coming out.
Yep.
That is so like nobody knows what it is. We don't know what they're creating, but he's just always assuming that it's the worst, and it's just the one way thing. Like he likes to stereotype everything, everyone, anything he can find. Like this is like like he's just off hinge. I think a lot of this stuff here, he's doing it for clout. He's doing it because he's trying to get more popularity, more eyes on him, more money. And that's all that this is. That's all that this is. Now, I'm gonna like I said, go give him a follow. That's KB Goes Live. Pretty good reaction to this Andy Schultz. He dropped that a few hours ago. But he had a pretty good breakdown. I liked it, so I threw it in there. Go give him a follow, give him a like. Let me make sure. Yeah, man, this Andy Schultz thing is really starting to expose him. And a lot of people are looking at him as a bigot, or racist, basically. And, or can I even say that? I may have to edit that out. But the R, the big R, can you say R? You know, he's definitely catching some bodies. Charlamagne, dude, where you at? You're supposed to be out here protecting at least some sort of the culture. You're supposed to at least say something. That's your boy. Check him. It's time. He needs to be checked. And to come out and say those what you said about K-Dot, I mean, listen, people are out there that, hey, you digging your own grave, kid. That's on you. I ain't gonna speak on that, but that's between you and Dot. When you see him, he gonna see you, and y'all gonna figure that out. We're gonna see how big your mouth is. But a lot of the stuff we were looking right now, man, is just insensitive. Nobody's gonna really tune in. I mean, him and this guy are just, I've ran into guys like these at parties, at colleges, and they're just there to make sure you don't have a good day. Sometimes it's like that, where they just sit there and talk and act a certain way, but that's not who they really are. They're trying so hard to fit in that they're still not fitting in. But you know what? That's the world we live in. People are going to do what they want to do sometimes, but eventually they're going to get checked, and he's going to get checked sooner or later. Like I'm sure soon, very soon. Not by me. Not me. But the things he said about K-Dot, I'm sure there are going to be some responses coming, and I'm sure Dot won't say nothing. You won't hear Dot respond to that until his next album or something come out. Dot ain't going to be on no Instagram doing no duck lip, sending no, that ain't Dot. He ain't with that. But dude, I think Schultz, Andy, is on the shit list. I think he definitely gonna get canceled in the black community, right? Obviously, they're gonna push his R, but let me know how y'all feel about Andy. And I think officially now he's off Hinge. So let me know how you feel. That's your next video right there. Peace.